Ever wish there was like a cheat code for success in tech?
Who hasn't?
I know, right? But today, we're diving into a story that feels like it might have a sprinkle of that magic.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
It's the story of Nick Roach and Divi, a classic tale of starting small and striking it big with some fascinating twists along the way.
And when you say small, you mean?
We're talking college dorm room small, which makes it even more interesting, you know?
Okay, now that's impressive. Starting a business while juggling classes and exams. Wow.
Right. Imagine being a college student thinking, you know what, I'm going to launch a company that'll one day power 750,000 websites. Talk about aiming high.
What's remarkable is that Nick actually founded Elegant Themes. That's the company behind Divi back in 2008.
2008.
Yeah, he was only 20 years old, and a student at California Polytechnic State University.
That takes some serious guts and vision, let me tell you. I can barely get to class on time.
Uh-huh.
It makes you wonder what those early days were like, pulling all-nighters coding between exams.
I'm picturing ramen noodle fuel and endless lines of code.
Probably. But for those who are maybe new to web design, let's back up a bit. What exactly is Divi?
So Divi launched in 2013. It's essentially, think of it like a superpowered toolbox for WordPress.
Okay.
It's known as a multi-purpose theme and a visual builder, but what it really does is make building a professional-looking website possible, even if you don't know anything about coding.
So if we rewind to 2013, building a website back then basically meant either forking over a ton of cash to a developer or wrestling with HTML, CSS, you name it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Not exactly a walk in the park.
Not at all. And that's where Divi's drag and drop functionality was a total game changer, you see. It really opened up web design to like a way wider audience.
So instead of needing to be a coding whiz,
Exactly. Anyone with an idea and an internet connection could build their own website. And the numbers definitely back that up, over 700,000 users worldwide.
that's a lot of websites powered by Divi.
It's huge. And Elegant Themes, the company behind it, is pulling in millions in revenue every year.
Divi's not just some niche tool then, it's a major player.
Absolutely, it's a powerhouse. Yeah, no doubt about it. Building something as complex as Divi, it's bound to have some bumps in the road.
Especially with technology changing so fast.
Exactly. One of the biggest things for any software company, especially in tech, is keeping up with that, well, with the constantly evolving landscape. What's hot today might be gone tomorrow.
And for Divi, it wasn't just the tech changing, right? They had a growing user base too, each with their own wish list.
Totally. As more and more people jumped on board with Divi, performance became a major thing.
Like, since everyone wants a fast website.
Right. Even small delays can be a turnoff. So Elegant Themes, they had to keep refining Divi's code to keep it running smoothly, even with all the new features.
That's like, what, trying to add floors to a skyscraper while people are still moving in?
Something like that. And speaking of staying ahead, there was some serious competition too.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Other visual builders, like Elementor, were getting traction around the same time.
So how did Divi handle that?
Well, competition is just part of the game in this industry, right?
Mhm.
But instead of shying away, Elegant Themes seemed to use it as fuel. They were constantly coming out with new features, updates, often based on what their competitors were doing or what their users were asking for.
And that brings us to one of the things that people rave about with Divi, the community. It's huge.
It really is.
So we're talking Divi meetups, online forums, even a marketplace where developers sell their custom Divi stuff.
It's more than just using a tool.
Yeah.
It's like a support system, especially for solopreneurs or small businesses.
Totally. But let's get into some of those innovative features. The Divi theme builder, you mentioned it before, but I think it deserves a deeper dive. What is that exactly?
Okay, so the theme builder. Think of it as taking control of your website's design, the whole shebang.
The whole shebang, huh?
Yeah. With a theme builder, you're not just customizing cages here and there, you're creating templates for everything. The header, the footer, blog posts, product pages, you name it.
Wow, so it's like being able to design your website from scratch, even if you're not a coder.
Precisely. That's the beauty of it.
It's amazing what Divi can do, but for someone like me, not a design whiz, does Divi offer any help with A/B testing, optimizing for conversions?
You're thinking in the right direction because testing, optimization, it's crucial for any website. And Divi's got you covered. They have this built-in feature, Divi Leads, lets you A/B test right there on the platform.
So A/B testing, that's like running different versions of your site, see which does better.
Exactly. Let's say you're testing headlines on your homepage, want to see which one gets people to sign up for your newsletter. Divi Leads lets you create two versions, each with a different headline, and it'll show them to different visitors.
Hmm.
It tracks which one performs better based on what you're aiming for. Click-through rates, conversions, all that.
That's really helpful, especially for someone always tinkering, trying to improve things.
Takes out the guesswork. And that seems to be Divi's whole thing, making web design less scary, more accessible, whether you're a coding pro or just starting out.
So we've talked tech, but let's zoom out. Remember at the beginning we were talking about cheat codes for success. Divi's not a magic shortcut, but it's story. It's got some good lessons.
For sure.
What do you think we can learn from Divi's journey?
To me, it shows what happens when you make technology available to everyone. Divi made web design so intuitive, it helped a whole wave of creators, entrepreneurs, small businesses build their presence online.
It's like you don't have to be a tech whiz to harness the power of tech.
Exactly. And beyond the tech itself, Divi shows how important community is, adaptability, really focusing on solving people's problems.
And those are things that apply everywhere, not just in tech.
Absolutely.
So as we wrap up, it makes you wonder, what could you achieve if you had the tools, the confidence to build your own little corner of the internet? What story would you share?
Big question. But like we saw with Divi,
Right.
even a college project can become something that empowers millions.
It all comes down to great ideas, a strong community, and the belief that anyone can make a difference online.
Couldn't have said it better myself.